Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 11th of May. I want to talk about this idea of, there's all different words of it, returning to the garden, going home. That's in many people's minds, we're going home. It's what the elites call the Great Reset. The picture in the Bible is, the heavens are going to open and the armies are coming. Although the reset and the heavens opening, they are possibilities contained within that thought. We're going home. We're returning to source. So those are possibilities. There will be a reset, yes, but whether that reset is going to be good or bad is up to us. The armies, the heavens opening and the armies coming are one possibility out of a sea of possibility. But again, we are going to choose that possibility. We are the ones that are choosing that possibility. And then to understand what it is we're doing and how it is being done to us, that we're being led on the wrong way, on the wrong understanding. And in the end, what we're doing at the moment is not finding the truth. We need to have a definition of truth. We need to have a definition of God, of the eternal truth, the one that is omnipresent, omnipotent, everywhere. And we create possibilities out of that perception. And the possibilities are smaller truth, our truth, that exist within the greater truth. So, out of the perception that we were given and the definition of God, the definition of God being there is another being out there, or a group of beings, Elohim, that are ruling over you, that are greater than you, and that they are ruling over you, and you need to serve them. And church and used to be kings and stuff, they are the representatives of that power here on earth, and they're speaking the will of that power. And again, you must do as you're told to please that power, or it will squash you. And if fate does not squash you, the representatives of that power will do it. Will do it for you. So that is the perception we're in. That is what we've been told as truth, and that is the truth of God. That it is this Almighty Being whose will must be done. So we need a new perception, a new that we accept as reality, because we have accepted this as reality. A lot of people have. There is this God Almighty Being that will squash you, and that they've accepted that as reality. And especially Bible-believing Christians, but in other religions as well. That is where our acquiescence is coming from, out of our perception. How we see ourselves in that story, and if we're not one of the mighty, doing, being all-knowing and doing the will of that greater being, then we are the slaves. And that's where it is an acceptance of that story, out of which we react. So we need a greater understanding of that story in order to go home, or at least be somewhere that is closer to home than this. So then, what would you say? How you define home? How would you define the garden? Where is it you're coming from? Where did we come from when we came here? So there is a new story out there. It's a new perception. Yeah, and again, you must accept that perception and live in that perception to make it your reality. Whether that is the whole truth or not, that's a different matter. What we're creating now is change. And we're either creating change for worse or change for better. Whether that is all, or we still have further to go after that, who knows? So, and there's this new perception and what is home? And then ask yourself, what is home? How do you know you're at home? You feel at home. That's what you do, you feel at home. It's a feeling. Home is a feeling, it's not a place. But you create the place to match the feeling. Or you create a place in which that feeling can live. And the place will sustain the feeling, yeah? So, what is this feeling that we're going toward? Home. This feeling that is home. And that feeling, as we're now at a point where we are defining the field. And the field, even in the old text, when they talked God, they talked about the field, not a form in it, but the field. And we're now defining that as the giver and as unconditional love. So the home that we want to go to, what we want to feel, is unconditional love. And again, it is out of the feeling that if we are connected to our lower nature, it is the feeling that creates the forms. Yeah, if you go into meditation, you connect to your lower nature, you connect to your energetic being, which is your emotional being. You connect to your emotions, to the energy of your emotions. And they tell you something, and you create a picture out of it. But then that picture is out of your truth. Yeah, it's not created by the rational mind, but it is created out of your truth. So if we want to go to a world that is unconditional love, we must be unconditional love, or at least love, or at least compassion, something on the way. We must be that in order to see according to it. And again, if you were in that feeling that is home, you feel home, and you want to create a world that would reflect your feeling. Now, what I think is happening is when we feel the feeling, and that again, that is your prayer. That is prayer, feeling the feeling. And then what you're being shown as pictures are possibilities. What the rational mind is being shown are possibilities out of the field of all possibilities. Yeah? The knowledge of a place, the knowledge of a way, the means to get there will be given, will come toward you. You are attracting, your feeling is attracting these things. Yeah, the angels will come and serve you. You're attracting them. And you're attracting different angels when you're in fear than when you are in love or compassion. You're attracting different knowledges. So we want a home. And home, we came from unconditional love. We want to return to unconditional love. We want to create something that reflects unconditional love. So we must be the foundation that will attract the possibilities, that the possibilities make themselves known to us. And then again, we must be wise. When we choose a path, when the path becomes clear to us and we've been given the means, then we must go on that path. But I say in wisdom, because again, what you're seeing is according to you. But then you must be wise in how will it affect everybody else in choosing your path. So, I mean, there's still a lot to understand and to do it correctly. Now, the one thing I was thinking, and it was already, I said it before in a video, that people did go into the state and feeling peace. And then the city they were in, there was a reduced crime rate and stuff like that you could measure it. And as soon as they stopped, it came back. And you see, there is the thing, don't stop. Don't stop until your feeling has created a sustainable home. Yeah? So they were at a point where it was moving something, but then they stopped. And it never became a full reality. It never brought let's say the entire city to a sustained level of a very low crime rate. They never stopped. They stopped before that. So we must, and it says in the Bible, continuously pray. Continuously pray until actually you have become this feeling. You're stuck kind of in this feeling. And the world around you is according to it. It has created a solid reality. And if you stop before that, it will come crumbling down. It was not solid enough. It was not materialistic enough. You were not solid enough in that feeling, or not for long enough. So that is something, again, that everybody must do. The parts must do the work. The parts must become the foundation of this new world. Yeah? And again, if it goes the way it's going at the moment, it is the parts at the top that have always been the foundation. Yeah? The foundation was kind of at the top. And then the world came down and we acquiesced and did according to it. And again, it is what Jesus did. He gave the knowledge to fishermen, where he built the foundation at the bottom. The small parts must become the foundation, which is kind of the right way up. So then we must become that foundation. We want to go home. No, home is this feeling of love. That's where you want to live. That is the field you are in. That is God. And you want to live in that feeling, then you must be that feeling and create out of that feeling. So you cannot be in a world that is love if you hate the world. It will reflect back to you what it is you're feeling, because you're creating it. So then the last thing I wanted to talk about, and that is, again, let's come back to this, the armies are coming to heaven. Where, again, we are creating this. We are the foundation, we are the source. I mean, it's not like we are not the foundation, we are it. We're just being drizzled on from on top, telling us what we are, what this foundation should be. Yeah? So the foundation is standing here saying, I'm nothing. I am a slave. And that then builds the foundation of this world. We're building the foundation. We are the source of the foundation. So we become a different foundation. And a newer foundation, the top there cannot exist. It will not sustain that top. Anyway, coming back to the armies, this possibility, and it's only a possibility. Yeah? And people are sitting here, they're waiting for the Great Reset, yeah? They're waiting for full disclosure, yeah? And we're all looking to the elites, that they will do something to bring this about. And the elites are looking at us to do it. It's not them that's doing it, it's us. They're waiting that we have this breakthrough point where we accept that as reality and see according to it. Yeah? Everybody's waiting for the elites to do something, and the elites are standing there saying, man, give them a few more breadcrumbs, let them think a bit harder about this. Yeah? Let them make that a reality. They're not quite there yet. It's us that's doing it, not them. They're waiting for us to do it. To reset this reality. To bring full disclosure. It's us doing it, not them. So, let's say there are other, let's say, bandwidths of perception out there. You can only see according to what you are, according to what you understand. So what you are bringing to earth is not greater than yourself. The world that is coming, and there was this funny thing in the Looking Glass people thing where something said, our structures are merging. We are merging with another world. That world is not greater than ours, darlings. That is the same as ours. We are on the same level. They may be on a higher level on the rational mind. That means they have greater technology. Quite possible. But on the level of emotional understanding, and that is where we connect, on the emotional level. Yeah? So on the emotional level, they are the same as us. That is why we can connect. That is why we can see them. It is our emotions that are reaching out. So if we have this pyramid system here and we are acquiescing out in an emotion of I am nothing and I'm powerless, and what's coming is the same. You think our elites are bad, that's our elites on speed. Our elites, they just want to be our leaders. That thing they want to be our God. So we're going the same way on a higher level. Yeah? And you think you're on a rod of iron now, wait for it. But that is what we're doing. And we are creating full disclosure. We will fully disclose what is out there. Not the elites. They're waiting for us to do it. And then there's the other perception, or the other story, let's say like that there are higher beings in us. Yeah? But those higher beings do not interfere. They contact us maybe sometimes, but they do not full on interfere in the affairs of men. Yeah? They have it's like they have a prime directive. Yeah? Whereas those that are coming have none. They don't have a prime directive. But apparently they have a prime directive. The higher beings. It's not that they cannot interfere with us, or that they don't want to interfere with us. They can't. We cannot see them. We cannot hear them. If they are, again, higher means on a greater emotional understanding. Yeah? So that they are greater in love. What they have, and their worlds, if they have egos, their worlds have form as well. But we cannot see that form because we cannot emotionally connect to that. We are not on that level. So their worlds most likely have form if they have egos. And they have created a world according to the emotional level, according to their truth. But we cannot see this world, we cannot hear this world. It's not that they don't want to help us. We must go to them. They cannot come to us. They can't. We must get to that level in order to know them. But at this moment in time, what is, as I said, peddled as the Great Reset, as full disclosure. We're going home, folks. We're going to the source. No, we're not going to the source. We're merging with something else that is exactly like us. Because that's why we can see it. and we will disclose it. And if we have any sense at all, yeah, we will not reach out for that. But we are reaching out. We're searching in our heads. We're searching. We're following the breadcrumbs. Yeah, our ego is fully engaged in going there, and our emotional knowledge that we are not connected to. We're not connected to Source, because it is screaming, trying to tell us, divide and conquer. Telling us there is something else out there, telling us you must return to Source. Yeah, it's screaming at us, trying to tell us the right way. But we do not hear, because again, we are on our focus is out there, and it's not inside of us. And it's when we're inside of us that we learn the truth, get the correct perception of what's actually going on here. So if we are going home, truly home, yeah, we must reflect the field. We must be a reflection of the field, and then the field will reflect back to us. It does reflect back to us according to what we are. And that is, we know according to our emotional state, not according to our rational mind. The truth is our emotional state. So if we want to go home to this feeling of love, we must be love. And possibilities will come to us on the energy of love. And if we stay in this feeling long enough to make it a solid reality, and then that feeling can live in the solid reality, because the feeling and the inside and outside will not be in conflict with each other. They can exist on the same level. There's no conflict. But we must stay in that feeling until we have created that. And again, if we want to, or if we go the idea of there are others out there that are like us, if we are on that level, on a level of greater love, we will meet others that are on the same level. If we meet others now on the level of we must be ruled over and we are powerless and hopeless, we will meet those that are on the same level. That's the heaven that you bring into earth. And you will just compound the problem. Anyway, I think I leave it at that for today. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.